The Presidency, together with the South African National AIDS Council, launched a campaign titled She Conquers earlier this year. This campaign is a 3-year project that seeks to reduce the high levels of new HIV infections among girls and young women, teenage pregnancies, school dropout rates, sexual and gender-based violence, unemployment, and a shortage of economic opportunities among girls and young women. This week, earlier this week, I should say, a boot camp took place in Magalieberg, where young girls from all walks of life came together to try and find solutions to curb the spread of HIV/AIDS amongst young girls and women.
In a country with a high number of HIV and AIDS prevalence among young women and girls, South African women are now taking charge of the fight against the pandemic. She Conquers, a national HIV prevention campaign for girls and young women, was launched by the Presidency as well as the South African National AIDS Council earlier this year. It hosted an adolescent and young women's boot camp in Magalieberg with the aim of educating young girls about the importance of protecting themselves from HIV and AIDS. Steve Letsike, Deputy Chairperson of SANEC, says HIV prevalence among young girls between the ages of 15 and 25 is the reason for major concern. She also said that SANEC has worked tirelessly to educate youngsters about HIV.
We still want to reduce new infections. Currently, we're developing the National Strategic Plan 2017 to 2022, where we are aiming to move new infection from 270 new infections per annum to 100, at least less than 100,000 new infection per annum by 2022. But we subscribe to the ethos of the UNAIDS 1990 strategy, where we want people who are HIV positive to take it so that we can suppress the viral load.
The camp not only focuses on HIV infections, but also tries to find solutions on curbing teenage pregnancy, school dropout, and sexual gender-based violence. Over the next 3 years, She Conquers will open up discussions on curbing these issues. Amongst those attending was well-known Dr. Tlaleng Mafokeng, who's known for championing reproductive health rights and information amongst young girls. She spoke about the general trends seen amongst young women in the country, which causes a large number of people being infected by HIV.
There's a whole host of reasons why young people, despite knowing about HIV, still to this day make these choices that they make in terms of not using condoms properly. They're not using condoms every time they're having sex, for example. And also, after the second or third time having been in a relationship and using condoms, they tend to then stop using them because they feel that they've built a certain trust with that partner. But other things is that, you have young people who don't necessarily identify as gay or lesbian or queer, for example. However, they are having sex with other women, or they are men also having sex with other men without that labeling of that, they are gay.
South Africa's young female girls and women have made clear their intention to play a pivotal part in any intervention needed to combat HIV through initiatives like She Conquers. Zukanya Mgoqe, a member of She Conquers, many challenges faced women.
I'd like programs to be introduced in schools. Especially programs that teach us about HIV, because I believe that we as youngsters lack knowledge about HIV, such as the fact that we still say that it's HIV and AIDS, not knowing the difference that HIV is another thing and AIDS is another thing, and mostly to a curriculum in high schools. I believe that there is in between multiracial schools and township schools.
Many women in the group have a clear idea as to what they would like to take home after attending the camp.
I want to gain knowledge, information, so that when I go back to where I stay, I can share the same knowledge and information that if the knowledge with other people will impact them positively.
She Conquers also supports programs for parents on how to talk to their teenage girls and boys about their sexuality. The name She Conquers was suggested by 22-year-old Motegi Mphahlele from Limpopo, who won a competition following suggestions from over 100 girls from across South Africa. Musa Mkalipi for Morning Live.